Good day everybody, this is Pillar from Telsa Productions and welcome back to the Telsa Mount Planner. This is leg 5, which is Outland and Eastern Kingdoms. Throughout each of these legs I'll be timing myself to give you a better idea of how long it may take you, and I'll try my best to explain any nuances or difficulties of each dungeon or rare spawn hunt as soon as we get to that part. I'll speed up any boring travel time in between the instances as well. Without further ado, let's get going. So here we are at the first instance of this leg. This is Tempest Keep. We are here for the Ashes of Allah. They drop from Kael'thas, the last boss, and it's a 2% drop chance. The mode doesn't matter, so set it to anything you want. The only thing that's really important to know about this is that it's quite time consuming. So there are 3 phases that the boss goes through that he has to go through. So even though you will do enough damage to one hit the boss essentially, he still will have to transition each phase, and most of the time you're not even hitting the boss. It's only sort of one of the phase transitions that's his. In fact, I think it's 4 phases officially, but one doesn't last very long. So I'll talk you through that as we get there. Now most of this trash you just sort of skip, and the ones that you do have to take, you just do that too. So obviously just one hitting. You used to have to clear this whole room because you'd be kiting around these mobs, the sort of lieutenants, quite a bit. Now I just hit Kael'thas there to start the fight, and he does a bit of talking for a while first, so I just thought I'd go off and kill a pack, why not? And then another one, because the talking goes on for quite a while. And this is all at double speed, so you're only seeing a bit of it. I was tempted there to go off and kill that last one. But yeah, you just one hit each of these. Now you used to have to separate them up quite a bit, because that happens, you get feared, and there's quite a bit of stunning as well that comes from one of them. It really doesn't matter at this point though, just kill them where they stand, it's fine. Then he'll spawn a bunch of weapons that you have to kill. Now there were so many strategies and tactics he had to know for this fight, even just to solo it before. Now one of them was that you had to use one of these weapons, like I think it's the staff, the mage staff. I just looted them all there, don't think I showed them, but the mage staff stops you getting stunned by anything, so you used to have to do that. There you go, I was hovering over it then if you want to pause there and have a look, but it stops you getting stunned by anything. And I, for instance, not now, but I'm about to get a debuff that keeps stunning me and it's really annoying. And there's also a mind control that used to happen, which that staff stops you from receiving as well. Now all this is still at double speed, and this is just wait time between 2 phases, which I really hope they fix, because I mean I must have been waiting for about 2 minutes then. Okay, so you do get knocked about a tiny little bit, but yeah, just kill them all, that's easy. Now you can see I've got a debuff on me, which means, there you go, I get stunned quite regularly here, especially while I'm waiting for this phase to transition. It's just the little gaps in between phases that matter. But you really don't need to know anything special about this, it's just to kill anything that comes up. The quicker you kill them, the better, as always. And when he finally comes out of the phase transitions, one hit and he's down. Hope you get the Ashes of Allah, good luck. The next up is the Sethekk Halls. Welcome to Sethekk Halls. We are here for the Reigns of the Raven Lord that drop from Anzu, and it's a 1.7% drop chance. It's only on heroic difficulty, so make sure you've got it set to heroic. Other than that, there's very little you need to know. Sethekk Halls is the instance to the east of Orkindun in Terracotta Forest, so make sure you go to that one. I obviously went to the wrong one before. Hopefully I sped it up so much that most people missed it. But yeah, go to the one on the east. The only other thing that you might want to know is that it's a slight efficiency gain if you, after killing Anzu, you go and kill the last boss and then exit the hallway on the right. Just follow that. I mean, follow the route that I'm taking in the video, and you can't go wrong. Other than that, absolutely nothing you need to know. Like I say, just go through and kill everything. Sorted.
Power in trinkets.
So this is the entrance to the Magisters Terrace. We're here for the Swift White Hawk Strider that drops from Kael'thas on heroic difficulty again, so make sure you set to heroic, and it's a 3.5% drop chance, which is one of the better ones. We're lucky enough to get to kill Kael'thas twice in this one leg in different instances. Incredible. Unfortunately, once again, there really is very little you need to know about this instance. There's a tiny little bit of monologue at the end that you'll have to sit through, but that's just Kael'thas. You should be used to that by now. Other than that, just run through the instance, kill all the bosses. You have to do a bit of AoEing on some stuff, but nope, nothing you need to know. Just enjoy.
I know what you're thinking. My Tempest Keep was merely a setback. Did you honestly believe I would trust the future to some blind, half-night elf mongrel? Oh, no. It was merely an instrument, a stepping stone to a much larger plan. It has all led to this, and this time, you will not interfere. Maximize accomplishes nothing! Upside down! The master will have you! You will drown in your own blood! The world shall burn! The region's end draws near.
And so we reach the entrance for Zul'Aman. We are here for the Armani Battle Bear. It's actually from a timed sort of encounter. It's a reward for reaching a certain time on heroic, so make sure you're on heroic, and it's 100% drop chance. So to start the time, you have to talk to Zul'Jin there, and then as soon as this gong becomes clickable, just click it once, don't go crazy with it, and it'll just clash you as hitting at the same time as Zul'Jin. I quite like the animation, so I think I'll leave it on there for a bit longer. There you go. Finally, something I actually get to talk you through. There's you can just skip all of these first sort of groups of mobs. You don't have to do anything with those, and then you're heading up to the left to kill the first boss. So you head all the way up to the head of this, to the top, sorry, of this this hill, just to get the first boss. Now, while you're going through this, I wouldn't be worried about the timer. You're trying to do it as quick as possible, see, just for efficiency, but you're never going to miss the timer, no matter what you do, really. You kill that boss in one hit, and then you're just stuck in combat for a little bit of time here. You might want to AoE down a few mobs, then more spawn here, kill those, and then I was lucky enough to drop out of combat here, but it doesn't always work like that. So, then you're mounting up and heading to the other side of the main path. So you're just heading over to the south. Alright, yeah. Okay, and this is the second boss. You have to hit a few of his mobs on the way up that he sends after you. This is the second group here. Keep doing this until it pushes him up to the top of his little hill. Third group just done. This is the fourth one. That used to be a great group to fight, actually. There you go, kill him. Now, this is where you normally go wrong. A lot of people would head right back to the main area and then along to the next boss. You actually have to go left. I finally remember I can mount up here. You have to go left and around the back to get to the next boss, otherwise you can't get up onto his platform. So make sure you go this right way. You can skip most of the stuff here. I think the one I actually attack in a second, I didn't even have to. Yeah, there you go. I probably didn't even have to do that. I could have just stayed out of combat, but that's fine. You're heading up to the top of this hill to kill this guy. And this is the platform that you can't get up, the one opposite, but you can drop down it. So there you go, and then you head right across to the next boss. And the next one is actually just where the mount comes from. Now there are a few groups here of stealthed tigers that are sort of an encounter. They don't aggro onto you, so you have to kill them. But you can just run through them all and take them with you. So you'll see them spawn here. There's one group, just carry on going. Second group there, and then a third one here. And then just kill them all in one go. Easy. Then you have to go into this room, kill the boss in one shot. And then this is the little quirk. You have to get the mount anyway, have to talk to this little lady in the cage here. And then she'll walk around, she bursts, I don't know, 3 urns or something like that. And then eventually bursts one urn that has a sack in it that contains a bear, apparently. You know, we don't question these things by now. There you go, just a decent amount of gold in all these. Might as well get it while you're here, why not? And then it's this one in the corner, I believe. There you go. A sack with an Armani Battle Bear in it. There you go, 100% drop chance, so no excuses, go get that one. And here we are at Stratholme. So we're here for the Death Charger's Reigns, for they drop from Baron Rivendare, the last boss. It's only 0.7% drop chance. I've ran this instance far more times than I ever care to admit and never seen it. So 0.7% drop chance, one of the lowest. It's on any mode. This instance doesn't even have a heroic version, it's a vanilla instance. So there is a slight quirk to this that I suppose everybody knows already, but I think I should talk you through it. You've got to kill all these bosses, that was one of them. There are 3. And then you have to kill all the mobs in the ziggurats behind them. That's essentially the only quirk. That's how you get into the final ziggurat, which has the last boss in. So that was obviously one. The next one's the what are they called? Arachnabar or whatever. Something like that. Crypt boss. That thing. Again, you go into the ziggurat behind, kill all the guys inside. That's what classes that particular part as done. There is a bit of a time consumer in these gates here, so try and get through them and not get caught. I obviously managed it there, but if you get caught with it closing around you, then you just have to kill like a couple of hundred little scarabs or something as they spawn. This is the 3rd boss. Once again, into the ziggurat behind, kill 5 cultists, and that will let you through to the last boss. I might as well talk through here. There are 3 tiny little sort of quirky parts that, again, I'm assuming everybody knows, so I'm sorry if I'm just reiterating things. You have to kill everything in this courtyard, which is very simple. This is like a level 40 instance or something, so we're way beyond this now. One boss, you kill him, then you run over to this gate, kill these as they spawn. There's a lot of them, so you may have to AoE a few times. Ooh, only just. And then there are 6 skeleton warriors come out of there, you have to kill those, and then you can get into the room to kill the boss. It is very simple, and that obviously brings us to the end of Leg 5. Hopefully you got luckier than I did. It obviously took me 44 minutes and 31 seconds, we're going to say. I didn't get anything, but hopefully you did. If you do, please comment below and like the video. Thank you very much.